Welcome back to another video, everybody. This is your host, ahdontron. A minute early from my countdown, but that's because I realized they started early on my Cops episodes. Usually, when I come in, well, I say usually because this is the third week I've tried this. So the past 2 weeks, usually their episodes will start like around, 15 after. And oddly enough, they're on point this week. I'm watching through Pluto TV, the app, well, or the website, whichever you prefer to go by. And they they started right on the point at 7 o'clock on the money. So I was on commercial and I was like, maybe they'll go a little bit longer, and they didn't. So I decided to come on live. And this episode is episode 2612, which should be season 26, episode 12, titled Cops, Blood, and Scars, bro. And they just got in a call where this guy's stuck in the bushes. It's a Caucasian gentleman. And this guy is tripping. He's very friendly with the cops, but he thinks they're aliens at the same time, too, if I heard correctly. He's stuck in rose bushes. This guy's getting arrested, and he's like, I want to be a cop. Oh, he is tripping bad. He's crying about like he doesn't want to be violated. They're definitely putting they're not just handcuffing this guy, they're gonna put leg restraints because he's being too erratic. And it's understandable. Don't mind me as I drink my water. Try to stay hydrated. They keep asking what has he taken, and he's just rambling. There's no coherent. Like I think I even see him like eating grass at one point from the look of it. Yep, he's definitely eating grass. It looked like he had mud on his face, and I'm like maybe, and then that just confirmed it right there. You still hear the guy in the background as they're interviewing the other dude who called it, who radioed it in. So they arrested him with no charge. I don't know if it's because they couldn't confirm that he's on a drug or not. But there was a talk about like which hospital to send him to, because the guy is not responding. He has no coherent response. I mean, he's responding, just the words just don't make sense. Like he's having his own conversations with himself and so forth like that. So they're probably the officers were stating names of different hospitals with the paramedics that were called, or EMTs, and they were probably debating about which facility will be safer bringing him to, because that can be a thing where they may have facilities for recovering drug addicts and people who have mental disorders, and technically there are clinics that will handle both. So they were probably just trying to figure out who will take who, but I don't know. Like, I guess their location they don't charge. They say it's just for like civil service that they do that. I would dare say that guy's probably very lucky that they don't charge him for anything. He was just hanging out in someone else's yard, crying out that someone was trying to kill him. So, and he was resisting the officers. There we go. Right now we're on a commercial, so I'm not really too concerned about what's on here. Now, for, if you're catching this on the replay, just to let you know, I am also like my channel. We also have our own Discord. So what we're doing is, if we're watching it here, we also stream it on our Discord. So that way, anybody that comes in live with us, they can just jump right in there, and they don't have to worry about like missing or having to find where we're at. So this is like our test formula for that. But for future videos, we'll do like actual demand streams and so forth like that for that. And then let's see here. All right, we're back from the commercial. We're on with another officer. He's comparing his job career with competitive sports. He's coming up on a neighbor dispute call. There's an officer already there, but apparently this is a dispute that's been going on for some time, and not the first time they've had calls. There's a dispute about the because one of the neighbors is has dog owners and they have a blue pit, and then this lady that they're interviewing right now made claims that her Chihuahua was killed, and then like the following day it was found in her and the other lady's yard. Uh, she called the officer ma'am. You could tell he was not like pleased with that. So she's complaining that the dog snipped at her because she grabbed the dog's collar because the dog was loose. Now, the neighbor that made the call though is has a photo of the lady actually reaching over the fence to grab the dog. The officer's giving her a criminal trespass, uh, asking her, well, basically telling her not to go in the neighbor's yard or property ever again. And the lady is refusing to do so because she's saying that she brought the dog back. So whether or not she's signing it now, he's like, you're being served this. You're gonna have to take this. He's asking her if she needs medical attention. She goes, I don't know. Does the dog have rabies? He's like, maybe you should consider that before you start seeing. It's like he's asking her like legitimately, you need like if you feel like you need medical attention, you want to go seek medical attention, and she's not addressing it. And they're leaving it at that. That's the end of the case or the episode with it. The argument here I could see is like depending on like perspective, is a big thing. And if you're trying to like plead your case, evidence or what appears to be evidence speaks louder than the words. She's saying that she got bit, but there's a little nick, just a small nick. The bite could have came from her reaching into the yard, not necessarily when she was, if the dog did get out. On top of which, if she knows that the dog has issues with people, because she made a claim that the neighbor's nephew was bit before, and she has suspicions about this dog being aggressive, why do you proceed to approach the dog or, grab it by its collar? You are seeking a dangerous situation. On top of which, the lady who's the owner of the dogs has photographic evidence. Because when she got home, that's when she was seeing the neighbor on her property, and that's when all this happened for approaching. She went back inside, and she could still see the lady reaching into the yard and still trying to do stuff, and that's when she took photos. And that's what she was presenting to the officers. So I can understand the officers trying to side with that one neighbor that owns the dogs. And honestly, being told stay off of someone's property, I mean, that could have been a lot worse. Because it's, it makes sense to me. I'm like, I'll be fine. I don't need to deal with those people anymore. So I wonder if this is going to go commercial all the way up to 7:30 and then just start the whole new episode. It probably will. I think that's how Pluto was able to time it just right. I'm willing to wager. No, okay, no, they just went to credits. So they're probably just gonna go credits and then cut to it. A Langley production. Yep, I'm calling it. Pluto's just gonna fill in air, and then there we go. They're starting a new episode. All right, so we're starting a new episode. Ooh, they're going episode 18. So I wonder if this is from season 1. I feel like this is season 1. Title of the episode is called Manicure for a Broken Heart. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I'm wondering if it's something that happened at a beauty salon, or maybe they arrest somebody and they broke a nail, and they're complaining. This is in Florida, Escambia County. I want to say. I didn't pay attention to it too much. Yeah, Escambia. Escambia County Sheriff Department. Okay. Deputy Matthew. All right, so this guy's getting pulled over. Granted, this is before the whole pandemic. If everybody forgets, this guy was wearing a full-on mask. So the officer was just this guy was just walking down the street, has a full on mask, and he just wants to ask him if it's like a medical thing or if everything's okay, check on him. And he's like, I got this at Home Depot. And he's like, for the dust. So they're just checking on him. This guy has an active warrant. Oh, he just messed up. Yep. The guy literally tried to pull away, swung at the officer, hit him, and the officer says, "We're fighting." He's like, "No, I'm not, bro. That's literal fighting." This guy is counting down from. He's counting up to 10. I think he's trying to calm himself down. I really think that this guy might have concerns. They're literally in the middle of the street. This, this officer has this guy pinned down, but they like let us know if you need any help. And he goes, "No, that's okay. I'm just getting my breath back." He's like totally winded. This guy calmed down. He's being rational. Okay. It took him. You could tell this officer was winded, and he just wasn't moving until he could regain his composure. And then, well, the guy on the ground who's pinned underneath him, he's being rational, but he wasn't rational at first. The officer, when he got his wind back, and it like calmed down. Also, so this county that they're in, it's actually in Pensacola, Florida. I mean, the guy's very civil about it. Whether or not he apologized and the officer seemed very okay with it, understanding the guy was claiming that he was startled and frightened, and that why he responded, he still swung and hit the officer. So the officer's like, we have to. Technically, I guess it's up to him and his choice at that point. But yeah. All right, moving from East Coast to West Coast and back to Stockton, California. Okay, we got a traffic stop. Looks like it was because of a vehicle spinning its tires. Is what they're saying. So they're asking her why you're driving crazy, and because she has to get to the nail shop. Okay, so she's trying to make the excuse of like she needs to get her nails done, and it turns out she really doesn't have her license. Her license has been suspended. She only has an ID. That's literally the 10th time she mentioned that she was on her way to get her nails done. She has hair dye still in her hair. The place that she was trying to go to closes at 7, and she was on the phone while driving. Hmm. Oh, so she's requesting for medical attention because she says she has a very bad virus, and this is why she hasn't been to work. So she's crying because of the situation. They said they're gonna have her car towed because she violated some laws while driving, and she is without a license. She has it suspended. She's telling the ambulance driver right now that she's just feeling more overwhelmed at the moment. They're being very nice, I think. I personally think they're being very nice. They're making sure before they leave, they're not leaving her without, knowing that she's going to be able to take care of herself. So she was very understanding about it too. She's understandably emotional about it, but yeah, she has anxiety issues. You could tell. Hmm. A new commercial. Looks like Pluto TV does Ghost Chasers. I never watched Ghost Chasers. Hey Zoe. Sorry I didn't respond right away. Yes. I do have sympathy for criminals sometimes. Not all the times. Depends on the situation. And the officers had sympathy for this lady too. She didn't get arrested. They let her off, but they had to tow the car. Right now we're on commercial for Pluto, which that should be coming up to an end any moment now. Right now they're advertising the movies and TV shows that they have on Pluto, all in Spanish. A lot of dubbed programming, which I've said this before. I probably should start watching that stuff. Learn a language, or at least learn to understand it. No, I don't speak Spanish. Um, and I joke about this. Like I took 3 years of Spanish in high school, got solid C's every year, and it used to piss my Spanish teacher off because she knew both my parents are like Puerto Rican and they spoke Spanish very well. So she's like, "How is it you have a name Adan and you have two Spanish speaking parents and you come through my class and you don't speak Spanish. It's like, I got C's. She's like, that doesn't count. And I'm like, diligence? She, she was not happy with me. Senora Jaramillo. Uh, well, granted, my first year of Spanish, Miss Campos, I honestly feel like I didn't learn anything that year. But anyways, uh, yeah, my Spanish is almost non-existent. Like my accent when I try to say certain words is not very good. I've been told that. And I think my godfather told me, he's like, you know how you fix that? And he's like, get in a relationship with a Spanish speaking woman. That'll fix that problem. Uh, I can go by the record and say no, it doesn't. And that definitely does not fix it. But you know, that goes along the lines of like, you want to learn a language, you have to put yourself in it to really learn it. You want to learn it, you have to do it. So I tell people I can do 2 out of 3, depending on the day and mood. I can dance it, and then I can cook it. So 2 out of 3, that counts, right? So by the way, we're back on the episode now, and it's like they got a domestic call. They're showing up, and they're talking about how this lady got she got fallen down on the floor out of an argument with her spouse. Kind of miss like the reason why they got in an argument, but that's on me. Yeah, Zoe, I don't disagree. I should learn it. I really should. Oh, it wasn't a spouse, it was her brother. Oh, wait, no, I'm mishearing the entire situation. This is why I can't be in law enforcement. I need 100% focus. So he was trying to pick up his sister, and then that's when he's saying he got punched in the chest by this girl. Uh, oh, you retracted your statement. I was gonna ask, like, what does PL mean? Yeah, Pluto definitely has a lot of stuff. So apparently they have a paranormal channel where they do like, I guess, ghost hunts and stuff like that, like they were gonna do. And I haven't checked that out. I know they change it up every now and then, but I think they've also done like Star Trek and programming, and you can, it's not all live stream. So a lot of it is also on demand. Oh, so you saw Suicide Squad? Awesome. Did you watch it in theaters or did you watch it on HBO? I don't usually watch the ghost hunting stuff, but I do watch a lot of like horror movies and shows. So I don't mind paranormal stuff. Yeah, that's where I saw Suicide Squad 2 on HBO. So the guy got arrested. He's gonna be taken to jail. He's charged with second-degree assault. Oh, you project it onto a screen. Oh, that's dope. Oh, so did you get to see it with everybody there where you're at right now, or is it you're talking about like with your people in Seattle? I mean, that's a plus. Getting it on the theater experience minus the sticky floor. I mean, I always feel self conscious about walking on the sticky floor and then having it worry about like what's on my shoes. Oh, in Vegas. Okay, so you all got to see it. That's cool. Did they all seem to like it? I personally enjoyed the movie. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. That is the natural evolution of the viewing experience. I mean, but at the same time, not everybody has a projector to make it on a larger screen experience in that essence. So, kind of there's something to be said about being in a theater. You're taking yourself out. It's kind of like you look at it this way, like you could have really good food at home and eat really good food, but then you can also go to a restaurant. The food may be the same level. You could have someone cooking for you really good and have excellent food at home, but when you go to a restaurant, it's a slightly different experience. You're getting a new environment, and dedicated music. It takes your mentality out of it, so you get a you're kind of paying for the experience at the same time. Oh, so it's something that you wouldn't rewatch again. Is like a one and done experience. Nothing wrong with that. Um, but Zoe, are you a DC fan at all? And mind you, I've already watched this movie and I would rewatch it again for myself. So personally, I would rewatch it. I actually debated about going to see it in theaters this weekend, but one of my friends wanted to see it with me, but they couldn't go to the theater. So I was like, we'll go check it out, you know, on HBO when we have the free time later this week then. So I'm just not going to go to theaters if I'm going to watch it twice. I don't know if I'm going to, like, if it's worth watching like three times. Twice for sure for me in such a short period. Given some time, then I'll watch it a third time. But I'm rambling. I'm rambling. Let's see here. Pluto's on its commercial, and I think, given the timing, I could be wrong, but I think they're gonna try to put it on commercial all the way till the credits. Oh, yeah, no, no, no. I agree with that. Like, there are people I know that are not comfortable in those environments, especially if they're not comfortable being around with a lot of people. Then that makes sense that they're gonna not want to be in the movie theater experience, and it'll just go against the natural progression. And so yeah, I can see that. And what up, Bunda? Yes, we're coming up on the end of Cops. Sorry to say. I don't know where Will Morris is. For the most part, it was just me here chilling, watching Cops. Zoe came in and she started joining me in the chat for a little bit here. But I was chilling, watching Cops for the last. Whoop, my bad. Chilling, watching Cops for the last like 50 minutes. Yeah, I know you're big into Star Trek, Zoe. I mean, we've gotten you to watch some other things additionally. Yeah, when I could tell by watching Pluto these last few times, if I'm seeing it just say the Pluto TV logo and they're doing like the Star Wars light speed effect, then they're killing time until they reach a certain time mark. The things you learn by watching live stream TV. Bunda, I will say Pluto TV, you should check this out if you haven't already. You can download the app or just go to their site. It's completely free, my man. Completely free. Or if you just don't want to bother with that, whenever you decide to go back onto Discord, check out our Discord and we'll be live streaming it whenever I do it. I mean, if he is on an episode of Cops, that would be hilarious. And I would need to know the details of which episode it is because they also have it on demand and you can search by the episode. So that would be hilarious and I would pull that up. On that note, I do have to say laters, everybody. I will be back in the next 5 to 10 minutes. I just have to prep up for physical. Today's the finale. We're going to watch episodes 9 and 10. So I'm just going to prep that up for our Discord and get Angel and Kim up and running on this side. So if you're going to join us, we'll see you soon in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Other than that, thank you for joining me and see you next time.